Hey, so I gotta real quick make a video. Wow, with this looming port strike that's been going on, it's a bit of a concern, and this will definitely affect specific sectors more so than others. Some that are tried and true, and maybe better suited if we are to go into a recession, will actually be more affected if this. Port strike goes on longer than anticipated with the unintended consequences. For example, I'm looking at the consumer staples right now, and at this present moment, it looks like we got a shooting star and a bit of indecision. We might see this drop all the way back down here. And why is that? What's the telling sign? Well, as you know, there is this port strike going on with thousands of workers, maybe almost around 50,000 workers in total. But the thing is, a lot of the companies that are in the consumer staples require a lot of shipments to be made through the ports. And for example, this supply chain disruption can affect many major retailers. For example, Walmart, Costco, Procter and Gamble, P&G, just because of the constraints. And this is going to push back a lot of products that are supposed to be on the shelves. By days, weeks, months, depending on how long this goes on for. And it doesn't seem like anyone's shedding any light as to coming to the table and kind of doing some form of negotiating. Another sector that will be heavily impacted, in my opinion, is going to be this consumer discretionary because, well, A, it's discretionary spending, but B, a lot of things that are discretionary are going to be coming in through the ports. Sometimes vehicles, specific components, things that are being shipped when you're buying stuff over e-commerce giants such as Amazon. Most of the time, it's going to be shipped to our ports, and that will have a detrimental impact as well. So, consumer discretionary, staples. Look at a few more that can be potentially impacted. But maybe to a lesser degree. Another one that comes to my mind is maybe the industrials. Now, why are industrials going to be affected? Well, there's going to be higher costs for transportation and logistics, and the bottom line, that's going to really cut into the profit margins of some of these industrial producers. Another one is XLB. Now, what's XLB? The materials sector, and again, companies involved in chemicals, construction materials, metals, they may face delays in receiving these raw materials, which again will affect their profit margins and their expectations. So, in a nutshell, depending on how long this goes on for, it may just be a little blip, a little panic in time, or it can actually spark a recession. Because if this goes on for a month or two, and then you couple this with the Bank of Japan, which they stated they're going to be cutting rates in December, it doesn't fare well. It doesn't really bode well. But of course, this is just dependent on how long this goes on for. And they are going to be starting this, I believe, today. So only time will tell.